5, 4, 3, 2,
Sam,
1.
hold on.
You're
Fucking
fine. I'm
go.
gonna do her intro. Ladies and gentlemen, if everything will work, I hope it yeah, there we go. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Uh, yeah, one thing after another. I think my old lady got food poisoning, and she's been terribly sick. And I haven't been able to do a live stream. She actually feels better today. Man, something got hold of her. I think it may have been some bad shrimp or something, but I ate it too. I don't. It seems like viruses and stuff are getting a lot worse right now. Bacteria and things like that. But she says she's no better about tomorrow, like any better than I mean, she's gotten better, but she says she's no better about tomorrow. She's going to the hospital. Allie, tonight's going to be an interesting night, I believe. I have a little video for you guys to watch here in a little bit. I'm going to have Tuck switch over and watch it as well. But, you know, just to do a little prop-up work tonight. You're fine.
For your wife, is she drinking? Well, I was just gonna say, your wife, did she? Is she? If she does rice and Coca-Cola, it'll fucking wash it out of her system quicker, and she doesn't have to go to the hospital.
I mean, she's tried different. I'll tell her to try some rice in a while. I mean, she's got
it's
she got
gonna
some
take
cola.
a minute to get through her system because it's got to gum up. But basically, the rice suffocates it, and there's enzymes in the Coca-Cola that just kind of like washes it all out.
But yeah, she's been drinking Coca-Cola, and she's been doing all that. But I mean, I don't know about eating right. And she can't hold anything. She can almost hold stuff down. Like, yeah,
She
it's
should be
gotten
able to
better.
hold down some fried rice. It'll soothe her stomach.
It might be do better if she drank the rice water. I mean, it's full of vitamins.
The thing is that the rice is like, honestly, it's a superfood. It is a major part of my diet when I'm on the road. Like I
I
eat
mean,
rice
she
at
could
least
use
once or
it.
twice a day.
I mean, she definitely could use the energy pop. I mean, I mean, she's up now. She's fine. I mean, Zarek's been keeping weird times. He's been up and down, different. I don't know. He's been working on models. He's been obsessed with Minion right now, and he's made. First, he made a flat Earth. He likes to make stuff to fuck with me. You know, he'll make a flat Earth and tell me the Earth is flat and that's the way it is. So we have a discussion about the flat Earth theory and how much bullshit it is. But anyway, he's been obsessed with Minions. You know, the yellow little fuckers. Make the sound.
All kids are obsessed with Minions after time.
It's there's like a new show coming out, or a new movie coming out, and I guess he's kind of excited about it. But I guess most people will be excited about it that's into that kind of thing. But he's made. I'll show it on stream in a couple of days, and once he gets done with it, he's already made a small one, but now he's made a bigger one. He's 3D printed this. He crafted and designed a minion. And he's making each one of the minion characters based on different sizes, and he'll probably make like a little short animation of it. The dude is a wizard on computers and making models and stuff, and making things look like the way they are. I've been trying to get him to post his what he did with the 20th Century Fox logo. It is wild. It is. He done that with blocks and 3D print and paint and moving the model in different locations so you could properly take the pictures of it and ungluing them and then removing them and adjusting them and making the searchlights with fucking straws. It was wild. He's still working on it too. I mean, he's still got more of it. I don't think he's officially done. He even went as far as to make us order a 1960 film roll, 35 millimeter, the ones they use in the movie theaters, and for the original logo, so he can get everything right. he's got a roll of fucking old film in there that he uses as the template as they move. I don't know, kind of cool. But anyway, if you really want to get into it, but yeah, like I said, I was going in for like a consensus of tonight's show. It's about Mount Shasta. There's been some weird stuff going on up there, and I don't normally I don't normally pay much attention to that neck of the woods, but I think I should. Like I said, there's some weird stuff going on that coast over there. Aside from politics, and like the diversity of California and everything. And now they're having these weird earthquakes, and they're saying that they are much closer to having a big one. So once again, we got the whole thing from Escape from L.A. Shaping up. So if part of it does fall off into the ocean, they have no reason not to turn the whole fucking place into a prison. So it's that's cool. But yeah, he made Bob, and now he's making Kevin. I think Kevin's the one with the glasses, and Bob is the one with one eye. I think, I don't know. But yeah, he had this like back when he was a kid, when he first watched the movie, he made me buy him this massive Minion plushie. I mean, it's fucking huge, and I can't believe the hell that thing survived. But like I said, I don't pay enough attention to California and Oregon and Washington as I should. A lot of weird stuff going on out there. I do want to note in Midwest, sort of. We say Yellowstone is West or Midwest.
Midwest. Well, it's kind of both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of both. I mean, is it?
I would say it's probably you consider it in the Midwest.
Now, here's the thing about Yellowstone. Just the other day before yesterday, I had a woman reach out to me. She lives 75 miles away from the park. And, well, the other day they heard this massive fucking sound. Ground shook, all kinds of stuff. And come find out, and they discovered one of the geysers down there had erupted, and it's still erupting. There's like fucking this grayish colored foam coming out of it now, and the water is just constantly boiling, and they're still having earthquakes. And well, the government set the monitors up out there like they normally do, but man, Yellowstone's been really active here lately, almost in a scary way. Yeah, I don't want to be the one screaming that Yellowstone's going to blow, but Jesus Christ, I mean, all fingers are pointing to that happening. I can't really say that I'm a Bible man anymore, but when you go and hear those things, and when you're looking at Revelations, there's a part in there that says that the beast that's in the sea rises up from a scar on its face, and I always thought that meant that the United States would be attacked by like Russia and China and stuff like that. When 1814.
You ever heard the Mormon prophecies about that?
I'm not sure. I mean, I may have. I mean, I got like hardcore into that, and
So the patriarchal blessing is where these come from. There's a guy in the 60s that was given a patriarchal blessing. It said something about watch for the bear. Basically, it was talking about how Russia would come in through Canada, and that he would be alive to see
Isn't
the
it funny?
apocalypse.
Isn't it funny? All I don't know if I want to say modern media, but most modern media, and we talk about like Fallout, um, well, the Fallout series, the lore, and numerous movies that I can think of, that we always had a war in Canada, of some kind.
Um, Well, that goes all the way back to the 1960s when the report came out that Russia and China had made a pact between themselves of an alliance for the next World War, and already decided how they were gonna split shit up. And I think Russia gets Canada and China gets the United States or something like that.
I mean, I always thought if we ever got that far that we would be at a war with like Mexico and whoever Mexico acting as a proxy, and then
Mexico was on the side of the Nazis during World War II. People
yeah.
forget that.
Oh, I know. They had that. I mean, they had that communist. They do it every year. They had this communist parade. China, Russia, some of the other places. They all come to Mexico and they do this you know shit show like they used to do back in the day when they fucking yeah, full on communism. Their government's communism. I mean, the whole thing's communism. And you know, China's. I mean, Canada's made some weird moves too, but I think they'd be invaded. I don't know. I mean, I think it. I don't know about taking them down, but still, Canada now. In all respect, them are. I mean, we may joke around and shit, and say like, Canada's nothing to worry about or anything like that. But them motherfuckers are some sadistic motherfuckers.
Oh, dude, they've got, from what I understand from some of the military channels, is that they're the reason why the Geneva Convention
It's
happened.
true. It's true. I mean, those are the motherfuckers that invented a mouse trap that cuts the head off the mouse like a guillotine. That's where that idea come from. Yeah, Canada is hardcore when it comes to that. And like, I mean, they're literally everything on the Geneva Convention is because of what they put on there, what they did, what they got caught for. Like I said, I wouldn't want to fight them. I don't know. I mean, they got a whole other mindset. I mean, that's the thing about countries. We sit in the United States and we see stuff on the news and see stuff on TV, and we get bits and pieces from people and stuff when we talk to them. That's one of the things that made the internet so fucking great. But in reality, though, we really don't know other countries that are around us unless even if we've lived in them for a while, we don't know them. I mean, there's that whole bro. Oh shit. Travel maxim, whatever it is. Women's starting to do it too now, but apparently people in the United States with like younger guys with a lot of money, or older guys actually, will go to like Japan and Korea and stuff and try to find a
Mail order
younger
brides.
anime. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like there's a whole anime thing there. I mean, speaking of China though, I saw a video the other day that had. It wasn't important. I mean, it's just too sad to show, and I don't know if I can get rights to it. But there's this guy. He's reporting. He's talking about China, and he's talking about the streamer problem. It's something we can, all understand to some degree at least. But there's at night when you go down, like in warehouses and bus stops and stations and stuff, you would see women lined up along the thing with fucking lights, cameras, and like each one different thing, and each one of them being streamers. And there's a, and they're doing it outside. They're homeless. Some of them are homeless, and this is what they do at night. There's a bridge
Well,
out.
if it works, it works.
Yeah, man. But you know, not like, like right now you're a guy out in the woods with a camera, but these motherfuckers are lugging around, tripod light, two cameras, a tripod for the fucking cameras, and they're logging around a microphone. I mean, they have to be logging, be storing or doing something with their fucking stuff during the day, because it's just too much stuff. I couldn't ever do it. I'd go mad. The reporter said that some of them work during the day, so maybe they store their stuff there. But I mean, when the fuck do they sleep? But yeah, there's a whole viral thing about that going on now. The weird news. Yeah, there was something else before we get them outside. So there was some other stuff that happened today. I think it'd be interesting to talk about. I'm gonna go back through my notes. Okay, that's right. Yeah, there was a man in Hungary who was arrested. He was a 30-year-old man, and he was collecting human body parts for no detailed reason. You go on, you read the story, and this man, he worked at a hospital, and he worked at a cemetery, and he would dig up bones and body parts. He even said he made food with some of it. I don't fucking know, man, but it was there. This is one from a callback from our flesh equation thing. Researchers have found a drug-resistant bacteria from hospitals. The ones that like the super MRSA and the super bugs. Okay, that you can catch at a hospital. They're apparently resistant to glyphosate, a widely used weed killer, suggesting that agriculture herbicides may be creating superbugs. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, I mean, they're creating it in the lab, you say?
Well, they're not sure if it's created in a lab or it's being created outside. Okay, like you have your farm and they're spraying the weed killer and it's killing whatever, and then they gotta spray this stuff to kill the weeds or the shit that's growing on out there in the crops. And this is what's the evil seed in company starts with an M? Monsanto it is, yeah. Monsanto, yeah. So they're right behind it. It's like one of their inventions, and they put it in everything. There's like they even engineered it in some food where it produces it. So what they're saying is that this drug, this chemical or whatever, is creating these resistant bugs. I don't know. I just find that amazing. But
So all this screwing around we've been doing with our own ecosystem, now it's coming back to haunt us. For everything you do, it comes back right on you.
Well, I mean, they're worried that the heat wave that's going on right now, if you go back methodically, each year has been hotter than the last, and there's been a lot of discussion about. I mean, overall, each year has been hotter. This year it's going to be much hotter. Apparently, the Brits are screaming that that they're melting over there again. Um, Other places are super hot, and we've not really got into summer yet. And then of course the fucking El Nino's coming through. Um, they also said that the ocean went up by 6 degrees.
By 6 degrees
6 degrees
over what period of time?
over a couple of days.
Wow, that quick? Now, is this just a temporary thing?
I don't
Is
know.
it just summer?
Well, I mean, it's not normal. Like when the water gets hot and we have a lot of like air current and stuff like that, then we have a lot of hurricanes. Um, each couple of years, it's been a little higher and a little higher and a little higher. But now it sounds like it might be too high. Means we might start having those super hurricanes and shit. They don't want to say it, but it's possible. I mean, it is real possible. I expect us to see some very bad weather this year. So strap in on both sides of the coast. Of course, you got all you guys know about the latest UAP release. I didn't do videos on them because there's only 6 videos, and I think they're stupid. But the archive covers 209 sightings of green orbs, discs, fireballs reported near military facilities. This has been bothering a lot of people and concerning a lot of people because we have a director stating that the head guy, the Dr. John Clark, I can't pronounce it anyway. One of his reports said in detail that the orange mother orb launching smaller red orbs and confirms that 40% of the reported phenomena lacked a reasonable explanation and remain unresolved. Well, and of course the Steven Spielberg movie dropped the same day, adding to all this. I wonder something though, and this has been bothering me. I've been thinking about it. The shit that bothers me. I mean, that's I don't know. Well, what if the orbs and stuff we're seeing? What if the UFOs and what if all that stuff we're seeing is like an animal we have not discovered, like that's capable of those things? That's always in the air, almost.
I don't think so. We would have seen something over the millennia.
Well, I mean, there's been like stories of like firebirds and these big ass birds that were like there's a couple of pictures floating around. Some people say that one of them's definitely fake and the other one they don't know about, but a couple more too. And there's a wood cut and some other stuff from like back in the day. But anyway, it shows a hunter and an Indian standing side by side, and in between them is this massive fucking bird they killed. Maybe the length of a school bus. I probably should do a story on the Firebirds one day. But apparently, we don't always look up, and it'd be really easy for something like that. And something that big way up kind of looks small. So, I mean, there's one Indian tribe that has stories about them things coming down and grabbing the children. So, I don't know. Makes me wonder if something's flying over our head and we don't realize it.
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, people go missing. And then people, they look for them and stuff like that. And there's people go missing that we haven't solved. A lot of people. Yeah, Well, the Thunderbirds is the other one too, but there's one called Firebirds. It's like, but yeah, Thunderbirds is the other one. Now the Thunderbird, I think the picture I saw for the Thunderbird was looked like a big ass crow. But man, that was a huge ass crow. I mean, I couldn't imagine being grasped by those talons. I mean, have you been up close to an eagle?
Yeah, actually, I got to see a bald eagle when I was coming in from the trail.
I mean, were you kind of like ground level to it or anything? Or?
Dude, that thing just fucking flew by real quick.
Oh no,
It
I
was up in
mean,
the trees.
yeah, I'm talking like more like you coming up on one and you seeing it because them motherfuckers are huge, dude. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been alone. I haven't been online, so you guys wouldn't know. But we have a pet vulture out here now. You know, like a vulture, a turkey vulture.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you got a pet vulture?
Well, here's the thing. Well, it's a black turkey vulture. The guy. All right, he's been around here for about 5 years, and he's been moving back and forth and stuff like that. And he got hurt real bad, and he can't fly. And so, I mean, he's lasted in our winters and stuff for like 5 years. And
Wow.
He come up here this year, and he hasn't left. And it's his first time he's done that. So, my unit hops up here. He hops around the property. He sleeps over there in the woods. I feed him. I mean, like I said, I've been taking care of him, throwing him shit out there, throwing him hot dogs and things. I'm gonna see if I can get the motherfucker to follow me around. But yeah. We basically got a pet vulture. Not like when it rains, he comes up on the porch and stands on the table outside. And like we got fucking ton of cats now. It's crazy. Somebody's gonna call somebody on us. I know. And of course we've always had a ton of cats, and we've always had weird things. We had a there was a bull, not a bull, but a pig. Somebody let out one of their baby pigs. You know, the kind that kids used to get from the pet store.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out those pigs are not miniature pigs. They're actually fucking boars. And because boars take a little while longer to get the size, so they can kind of sell them at the pet stores. Nobody knows. And well, somebody's fucking baby pig grew up, and we got it out here in the woods somewhere. I got a fucking boar out there. Motherfucker was huge when I saw him last. But yeah, it rains. The fucking vulture gets up there on the porch, stands on the table, spreads his wings out, and just kind of like hangs out. I'll get some pictures of him. I think I may have some pictures of him, but I don't know. But yeah, I'll show them to you. The vultures are cool, man. I like birds. I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just being able. There's right. Oh shit! It's right after you pass. Or no, right as you're getting into what? It's not Hancock. It's the next fucking city right after, or not Hancock. Harper's Ferry. It's the next city. There's a bald eagle's nest there, and I've got to see a bald eagle every time I go through there. I've seen golden eagles on the West Coast, man, but I've never seen a bald eagle until recently.
Yeah. You ever come up on a screech owl?
Huh?
You ever come up on a screech owl?
Probably not.
Them motherfuckers are huge too. So are barn owls. And it is very rare for an owl to attack a man or a person when they're out walking and everything. But if they do, you're dead. You just ain't coming back from it.
Really, it's that bad, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, they hit you, and their talons are like razor sharp. They'll, you'd be Swiss cheese. Hey, I'm gonna go check on the old lady real quick and see if she can make me some more coffee, and I will be right back. And then we'll start working on Telos.
Works for me.
I'm all over him.
So I guess while he's doing that, I'll chit chat for a minute. Um, for those of you that are wondering who I am, I'm Friar Tuck. I have a channel. It's called the Epoch of Friar Tuck. But I generally talk about homeless education, policy, awareness, survival, stuff like that. Um, right now, I'm working on the whole change of the funding structure. Everything from how Housing First is being gutted, and they're going back to the old ways prior to 2010, and they're changing the way things are done. But the more I'm looking into this, the more I see that this has a lot to do with what was going on in Minnesota, as far as like all the fraud, because LA just got hit with, just got cut by HUD. They're no longer receiving funding because what was it? They had like 2,300 uh, 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 2,300 rooms that were rented with no documentation. Half the money never even got spent. And then they didn't even have like any conflict of interest paperwork until the federal government fucking got pissy with them. And then they created it. So it was basically became a whole fucking slush fund for the Democrats and all the stupid shit they wanted, just saying that they were helping the homeless, but they weren't. They're actually all lining their pockets, and now the rest of us got to pay for it. So I'm covering like the long term effects of all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in it, come check me out. Um, Damn, I can't seem to get this, but anyways, let's see. So paranoid. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I sent you a picture. Um, keep an eye on that. If you don't hear from me tomorrow, that's an important picture. But anyways, uh, let's see. Yeah, it's been a long day. I've been researching and stuff like that. But the one thing you got to worry about in a lot of this stuff, and especially the stats and stuff that you keep hearing on the news, because they'll say 28% here and 78% there, and you're like, well, they just contradicted themselves. How does one number say another? They're so cherry picking numbers now that you can't even believe stats. Stats are almost irrelevant. Um, as far as the way it goes. Oh. So, who here loves mosquitoes? Type 1 if you love mosquitoes. Type 2 if you don't. I love mosquitoes, man. I love being bit by those fucking things, man. Oh. Uh. Ooh, I got a message.
How hard would it be for you to do a 24-hour stream?
I don't know why.
Well, I got to thinking, if we could figure out some way to get you a tablet, um, and you can be on your phone and maybe split the signal so you can see the stream. We could do a 24-hour stream, and we could go over a bunch of craziness. Let's put it that way.
I don't think mentally, emotionally, I would want to deal with that.
That's the point of it.
That would take such a toll on me.
Oh, it does.
You know.
It knocks you down. It does. The 8-hour streams I used to do. Oh God, I don't. I mean, like, maybe I was sick a little bit too, but man, yeah, I was in there watching her. But hell, I'd be so bored, I'd pass out. And,
yeah, you can't talk for that long. You can't stay entertained for that long.
I don't
Like, I
know.
mean,
Well, no,
it takes it.
there's um,
I did a 6 hour one through a hurricane a couple years back. I'm telling you, that took a lot of energy. If it wasn't for people fucking chit chatting with me the way they did, oh yeah, I couldn't have done it as
well, I
long
mean,
as I did.
I
That
was
was
thinking
fucking
maybe we
hell.
could do some kind of fundraiser. Like we can do fundraisers. We can do fundraisers on fucking um
Yeah, but the
YouTube.
fundraisers go to fund somebody else, not
No,
us.
we can pick who they go to.
Yeah, but it goes to fund someone else, not us, unless you've got a fucking way to profit it in.
Well, I mean, they can give you. I mean, they can give you money too. But I mean, the idea is to do a fundraiser so that you give your. If you do fundraisers, they'll give you reach, and reach is really good.
Yeah.
Because you get to talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people will come in just for that specific fundraiser.
Hmm.
It's a strategic business move.
Huh.
You give a little here, and you get a lot more later.
Huh.
Um, but anyway, as I was saying, let's.
Oh, motherfucker.
Well,
Oops.
as soon as he figures out what's going on, what's wrong now?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, no, I just lit a cigarette after having a half of one on the ground. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that happens.
Oh.
Well, no, Streamlab does. They have the advanced the alpha. What I downloaded it today. Was you talking about Streamlab?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Oh no.
I
Okay,
don't know.
I get it now. I get
Somebody
it.
wanted me to stream labs with them and fucking like, yeah, come join my life. I'm like, no, I'm good, man.
No.
You
Streamlab
know.
is a platform like Prism and OBS.
Huh. Yeah, I know what Streamlabs is, but no, some guy wanted me to come join him on Streamlabs to fucking do a live stream with him. Because you got
Oh.
to have an iPhone and you can send a link and then it goes in through the iPhone and you're doing a browser based through Safari. Yeah, I've used Streamlabs a few times for other people as a guest.
Yeah, I was gonna like check it out. They got this AI thing where um you can sit there and screw with a AI. Like it will run your back end of your life. Like here at the house, I got all this stuff going on with the mics and the everything else, and I mean I could do more with like moving the camera around and everything else, and you can automate it with that thing, and it will take care of all that shit for you on your local computer. So, and you can even have a like it interact with like your subscribers to like keep them preoccupied, ask them questions that you'd ask and shit like that. I don't know. They got some cool new
You
features
got to
for
be
it.
careful with how much you use AI, though. I mean, using it on the back end is one thing, but starting to use it on the front end, I mean, yeah, it's giving you somewhat of a competitive advantage, but not really.
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'll let you
A
know.
lot of people are getting turned off on it because they're like, nah, and they stop participating, especially if the older crowd. Now, the younger crowd doesn't mind. It's the older crowd that minds.
Now, apparently, too, this is the other thing. So, like, I use Prism, so I pay for Prism every month. But Streamlabs has the same stuff and has all that extra stuff, and like can like take care of my audio and stuff and plus it has that bot. Um, Also gives me another way to be monetized, and they have sponsors on there, and I get it for $15 a month.
Yeah, I don't know. You also got to look at the limitations and what you're doing too.
So, I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to try the free thing one night and see what it looks like on here, and um, I would like the show a little more interactive, and I haven't figured that part out yet. I mean, like I said, this is a work in progress. I mean, I did a channel workup on you day before yesterday, I think it was, and
Okay.
it said that you uh, that as long as you if you continue making the kind of videos that you're making right now, and you continue using that type of thumbnail, you will have a steady increase of around 5% subs as they grow along. Um, but it will take you if it's working and it's showing you going up. It's rating you as a C plus. But um, what it's saying though is make small modifying changes until you can get that number up there. But I mean,
Okay, yeah, there are, but what does it say? Like, yeah, that's okay. That's nothing new. C plus is pretty good. It's better than what I used to be. I was like an F
no,
before.
yeah, you're C plus. I mean, I'm saying you're C plus. I'm just saying is it just said that you need to I mean, it didn't really say anything about your titles. It didn't really say anything about anything else.
Hmm.
It just said that that you have a. It gives you an estimated time frame of like based on your subscriber whatever
But
count as you get them, and it creates this estimate of over a certain timeline against how many videos you post and estimates how many new subscribers you will get, and then it bases that on the and to calculate the amount of money that you can make. Technically, right now, at your given situation, you should make anywhere from $200 to $1,500 if you max out all the stuff.
so I'm basically gonna eke out a living here on
Yeah,
YouTube just with AdSense.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'll probably be up to about 4,000 if you count everything else that I got going on. Maybe five or six.
Well, they base it on that. I mean, you can go and I mean, like I can
Because
add
right now,
if I had my stuff in there, mine would look better. Mine, I mean, see, they're technically rating this channel as a C plus because where I took the time off and there's not enough information to calculate what's going on. However, it does show a positive increase. Um,
yeah, well, with what I'm doing is I'm really I'm really redirecting my total genre more towards being a reporter that covers issues that affect the poor to the homeless. That's why I'm covering the continuum of care and covering policy and covering stuff like that, with a little bit of education and survival sprinkled into it. Because I think that will lead to more speaking engagements. It'll lead to other opportunities to get on other shows where they bring me on as a guest for specific topics. Yeah,
have you thought about going like town halls and shit, and maybe city goes do speaking things at city like like towns, like real like little towns, and talking in there?
um,
Like you go to like let's say you come to my town, then you go to the city board or not city board, you go over to the mayor's office and you tell them that you know you're so and so and this is what you do and this is what you talk about, and maybe this will help you guys to some degree on how to deal with these things, and you go to more like friendly country places because those are the ones more likely to actually let you do it, and then once you get your name out there, then it will progressively spread. You know, it's a grassroots type thing.
yeah, well, right now the way things are, I'm tied to the big city.
No.
Until yeah, because I like I said, I've done food stamps in two different states, and I keep running into problems, and so I'm just like, okay, fuck it. You know, I got nothing better to do, but just kind of grow my income to a point where I can survive. Because my food budget's $300 to $400 a month. That's
Mine
just
ain't
to eat.
that high, dude.
Well, you gotta realize, like, I'm trying to eat 4,000 calories. I'm stopping off at the dollar store. I'm also eating other foods. I'm eating probably 2 and 3 times more calories than you are too.
You
And
are. I mean, you
three
definitely
hundred
are.
bucks is cheap.
I mean, you definitely are. You definitely are.
Yeah. So I mean, that's that's something that like 300 bucks. That's cheap. If I were to eat properly, I'd need about six. If I wanted to buy good food and make sure that I always had plenty of food. And then you got to look at Sam. That's like another $150 a month. And then for my stuff that I need, that's like another. Yeah, I'm looking at like $1,500 a month just to be able to be out on trail. 1,000 bare minimum.
You can do it under that. I mean, you could. You can make stuff do it under it if you had to.
Well, if the thing is I've always had food stamps
Well, I
as
know, but I
my
mean,
buffer.
but I mean, like, even when I was on AT,
Huh?
I said even when I was on AT, I didn't spend.
Yeah, but price isn't that. Prices are way higher. Like just to go buy 3 items at a fucking store sometimes is $10, and you're looking for the cheapest items.
Oh yeah, I know. Of course, we didn't
Yeah,
have
so
we
the
didn't have.
AT back
Did we
then
have
would have
those?
been it's gonna be cheaper.
Did we have dollar stores back then? I can't remember.
But like Family Dollar, Dollar General is pretty good. But sometimes you get out in these rural areas and all you got is these fucking places that do a 30% markup, and they're like, well, it's convenient. Go to the next town. It's like fuck, I'm walking.
Yeah, some of the places have got like little. Well, I think those are just set up to actually do that to close to that area or something.
Yeah.
They take advantage of people going through. Um,
Yeah.
but,
I ran across a few of those, and those places suck.
but anyway, let's cozy on over to our one of our favorite stratovolcanoes in Northern California. Um, as you know, the name of the story tonight. Well, the name of the show. Now I wanna try to set this up for you guys. I was trying a different style of writing when I did this, and so I need you to help me. There are a few parts within the story where I treat the listener as the investigator, and this is so you can try to come to your own conclusion of the story, or try to come to my conclusion of the story. Um, because, like I said, there's stuff that don't add up. There's a lot that goes on with this mountain. And the more you dig into it, the more it gets, and the more it connects with some of the other stuff. Like, here's the thing. When I look at some of these conspiracies and stuff, if I see new stuff, like within the past 10, 15 years, and they're all connecting up, then that either tells me that some of that's falsified or whatever. Hold on, let me check on her real quick.
All right, we got the F-16s up and in the air. The jets sounds like they just got scrambled. You hear that?
Take a vitamin.
Hey, they just scrambled jets.
I'm sure of it. There's a
Those sound like those are landing.
landing.
Yeah, if you've ever been next to a fucking a runway. So when I worked at the Portland airport, the Air National Guard was right next to it. And you could always tell when the jets were taking off and landing, and they're louder when they land than when they fucking take off.
What?
They're fucking deafening.
You do know they see? Was it today or was it last night? I don't know, but they tested the Golden Dome,
I heard something about that.
and so if the test the Golden Dome.
Drank a lot of water, it would prolong dehydration.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what Google research said. I can't drink a lot of plain water, it will prolong dehydration, make it more extreme.
You need to drink, or you're gonna be in the hospital.
It says I need to drink diluted things.
Deleted things.
Yeah, that's what it says. It says, do not drink a lot of plain water.
Well, don't drink a lot of plain water. Go drink soda.
I don't want no soda.
Yeah, you need to keep on drinking. Take a vitamin. Anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of weird shit that goes on out there. Where did we stop on conversation there?
I don't know. I'm kind of lost. We were talking. Oh.
Okay. Anyway, switch over and what?
Oh yeah, you were talking about the role of the way you wrote your style.
Yeah, like I said, I want you guys to be like the partially the investigator here. You'll see what I'm talking about, or maybe you'll just go along with it. But I need you guys to watch this video to start off with. I should have played it at the beginning, but I didn't because we're an hour in. Anyway, go look at the stream and you see the video. You'll have to mute me, I think. Or I can mute you. I don't know.
No. I'll mute you. Hold on. Let me get over there. Give me 30 seconds, and then I'll be ready.
All right. Yeah, we're getting to Mount Shasta. But like I said, I want you guys to watch this video. This video, well, for the most part, there's this lady. She is out for a gallop with her donkey. All right, here we go. And make sure you have sound on.
We just came across this noise that we heard. We're going up this hill.
Wait a minute. Shit. Sorry.
And you can hear it in the background. I'm going to show you. And I have to do this live. I had to pick some platform to do it live on because nobody's going to believe me that it's real. It's crazy. It's a little freaking creepy. Hold on. It's creepy, huh? No. So there's this one. Noah seems unfazed by it. But then look, over here. You hear that noise? There's a mountain. Oh, stop, get back. Get your foot, you're gonna step on. No, back up. Back up. And look there is another 100 of them out there. Can I zoom in? No, you can't zoom. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Look, there's the moon. Whoa. Anyways, back to this. There's a bunch of them out there. But it's like this Lemurian beacon system. I have no idea. Insane. Back up, buddy. You don't want to step on them. As much as I think they're creepy, I still don't want to hurt them. Somebody put a lot of effort into this. This is insane. I guess they're solar powered. This one actually makes sense. The other ones are just white noise.
I didn't censor anybody.
All right, well, we're getting out of here stat.
What are you talking about? All right, what do you mean censor? Okay, Tuck, we're done. You can switch over. Is it funny how you censor women or negative comments, weirdo? No, dude. The system does it. It's automatic. You say something you're not supposed to, and the system takes you out. Negative comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And censor women. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I played the video the way it was supposed to be played. That's how she recorded it. Not me. Her.
Girl, you want to get in the fucking habit.
But anyway, what do you think of that?
It's looking good.
Oh, you're still watching.
No, I'm checking to make sure that guy is gone. Okay, it looks like he's finally leaving. All right. Yeah. I saw the video. That was what number? I couldn't see the numbers that they had on there though.
The numbers. What?
Yeah, it looked like there was like it was a digital screen.
Digital stream.
Screen.
Oh no, that was solar panels.
Oh, okay. And that was playing music?
Yeah, it was playing it's these Buddha chant Indian things that you can buy on Amazon for like $50 a pop, and they play on loop. And like you can put Bluetooth music to it if you wanted to, but they play that sound over and over again as long as they're outside. Like people are supposed to put like one or two in their gardens or something to play the music, but whoever that is has put hundreds out there alongside the mountain.
Probably some fucking tweaker that fucking stole an Amazon box off a freight train.
I mean, that's a lot of them. And somebody have to go through the process of setting them up, make sure they work, all that, and somebody come walking up on that. And normally I might think that. I might think, okay, hey, yeah, whatever. You know, that is something like that. But we're talking about Mount Shasta here. And Mount Shasta is a really weird fucking place, man.
It's tourist trap.
No, it's more than that. It's not always been a tourist trap. It's been a friggin' and now they got this. And now they got this thing. There's an actual cult out there, and they play on the tourists. But yeah, they actually play. They prey on the tourists. And of course, I guess that's what you see. But there was a hole out there that opened up too, which we're going to talk about. And this is a quote from a local investigator. It said, every convincible thing that a person would look for is at the bottom of that hole to somebody. A local investigator said on a 60-foot pit dug into Mount Shasta's side by unknown hands. But Mount Shasta is not a volcano, it's an address. It's a stratovolcano in Northern California, rated as very high threat by the USGS. It is a voluminous volcano, the entire Cascade Arc. It last erupted approximately 3,200 years ago. It has active lava vents seeping volcanic gas from its summit right now. Geologists calculated it erupts every 600 to 800 years. We are overdue for an eruption.
Hold on.
And yet 89% of pilgrims who travel there in a governmentally funded survey say they came to worship beings that are living under it. That is the show, not the mountain. The pull of the mountain, what it does to people, what it has done to people for over a century, and underneath it all, a quiet geological fact that nobody talks about. The thing, the cults are sitting on top of a loaded weapon. Now, if you've been there, you know, please tell us about it. I want to hear your stories and everything. And the reason I'm talking about it tonight is because there's been a slew of activity coming from out there, including like the video you saw. Someone had to spend a lot of time doing that. Somebody had a reason to do that on the side of a mountain where the air is very thin. It's just bizarre to me. And among all the other stuff, it's bizarre to me. Let's say this. Mount Shasta rises 14,179 feet out of the otherwise flat valley in Siskiyou County, California. No foothills to prepare you. It just appears. A lone volcano, cone visible from 100 miles away, glazed and glacier ice emitting a constant white plume. The Sacramento Bee counted over 100 cults that trace their origin to this single mountain. I'll say that again. The Sacramento Bee counted over 100 cults that trace their origins to this single mountain. Pull back the lens. This is not Salem. This is not Sedona. Not Skinwalker Ranch. This is something different. This is a mountain that generates religion. New ones. Constantly. Establish the framework for the show. We are going to follow the trend, whatever, from the indigenous foundation through the 19th century. Pseudoscience that corrupted it, through the con men and cult followers, and gold-hungry prospectors, though they disappeared, all the way into a 60-foot hole someone dug in the side of the mountain by hand at night with a pulley system and vanished without explanation. And then, at the end, we look at what the USGS says is underneath it all. And then we looked at what just happened there in 2025. Because the mountain is still generating events. There has been a lot of indigenous people in this region for around 9,000 years. The Modak, Shasta, and so on. Among the largest continuous occupied areas in the United States, somebody liked to be around Mount Shasta. This was a place of worship, a temple. The mountain is not mysterious to them, it's home. The Winnetou trace their origins to a sacred spring on the mountain slope. Another, they say the McLeod River Band, say it plainly, we came out of that mountain, we are obligated to be its watchers. These tribes, and we're talking about most of them here, thought that they come from inside the mountain, from underneath the mountain. The Kalmath, I think I'm saying that right, people's cosmology gives us Skule, the spirit of the above world, who descended the Shasta summit. His enemy was Laleo, the spirit of the boy world, who resides at Mount Mazama, which is now Crater Lake. They threw hot rocks and lava at each other. Volcanic eruptions and geological records confirm it. Both mountains erupted violently. Crater Lake was created by a catastrophic eruption approximately 7,700 years ago. Someone witnessed this. Someone was there because they wrote it down. They saw it. They described the two volcanoes going at it like gods. They had no other words for it. The Modoc people believe the mountain is also protected by some word I can't pronounce. What we call Bigfoot. Let me say it again. This is where they say Bigfoot comes from. Charged with keeping the forest around the mountain intact. Now, these traditions describe a living mountain, an inhabited one, a mountain with agency. This is a foundation. Everything that follows is built on, systematically misappropriated. Now, let's look at the first piece of physical evidence. This is where I need your help here. It's a book published in 1899 called A Dweller of Two Planets. If you were to pick up the copy today, you would see an author listed as Frederick Spencer Oliver. But if you look closer at the original printing, Oliver didn't claim to write it. He claimed he was just a typewriter. He was a teenager living in Ucayali, California, who claimed a disembodied spirit named Palios the Tibetan was dictating the words in his head. He claimed this in 1899. Now, as an investigator, your first job is to look at the text, what the text actually says, versus the people who claim what the people claim it says. If you scrape away the hundreds of pages of esoteric, dense prose, Mount Shasta is barely a footnote in it. Valos mentioned it. But he doesn't build a city there. He doesn't put anyone inside it. It's just a scenic backdrop for a spiritual vision. Now hold on to that fact for a moment. Because now we have to fast forward 30 years to 1931. This is our second piece of evidence. A book titled The Moor, The Lost Continent of the Pacific. The author is Harvey Spencer Lewis, writing under the pseudonym for his own occult order, the Rosicrucians. Now look at what Lewis does here. He takes a tiny obscured seed from a teenager's ghost-written story and constructs an entire empire. He tells his readers that survivors from a sunken continent are living inside Mount Shasta right now. He describes tunnels of jeweled walls. He describes fur carpet floors. He gives this civilization a name, Telos. Now ask yourself as an investigator's question, why? Why did a man in 1931 take a defunct 19th century scientific hypothesis about lunar fossils in an Indian Ocean, drag it across the globe, and bury it inside a Northern California volcano? Because this is a mystery that needs to be addressed. If it's on a sunken continent at the bottom of the ocean, your followers can't feel it. But if it's inside the mountain, they can see it from 100 miles away. A mountain permanently shrouded in clouds. It becomes real. It becomes a destination. Let's look at the blueprints Lewis and his successors drew up for citizens of Telos. And I want you to look at the profile they created and tell me if this sounds like an ancient civilization or a mirror of an era it was written in. They are described as 7 feet tall, wearing purple-white robes with a small organ on their foreheads that allows them to read minds and influence how others think. Their society is a utopia built on a crystal base, 5th dimension energy grid. And their origin story? You could probably guessed it. But they are the survivors of an ancient thermonuclear war with Atlantis. Think about that timeline. The mythology of Telos expands and gains its heavy scientific elements or sci-fi elements right as the world enters the Cold War world. The Atlanteans believed in taking control, total control, and technological domination. The Lemurs believed in spiritual sovereignty. This is an ancient history. This is a mid-century political argument dressed up in a white robe. Someone built that mythology to carry was very real, very modern anxiety. And 1 million people were about to buy a ticket to go see it. Now, let's look at the next piece of evidence in our file. It's a passport photo from 1930. Man in the photo is Guy Warren Ballard. He is a Midwestern mining engineer, which means he isn't an academic or traditional mystic. He's a guy who understands minerals, drilling, and what lies beneath the dirt. In 1930, he hikes up the slopes of Mount Shasta, claims he is searching for a secret occult brotherhood, which was bizarre for him. If you're investigating how a movement starts, you have to look at the exact moment the narrative shifts. According to Ballard, a figure approaches him on the mountain. A man identifies himself as Saint Germain, a real historical 18th century alchemist, often called the Wonder Man of Europe. But Saint Germain tells Ballard he isn't dead. He is the ascended master. He shows Ballard visions of his past lives in Atlantis. And then he drops the hook. He tells Ballard that in a previous incarnation, Ballard was actually George Washington. Now, pause and look at the logistics of what happened next. Ballard goes home and writes a book called Unveiled Mysteries. And if you run that text through a plagiarism checker today, it flags massive, undeniable overlaps with a teenager's book from Act 3 called Dweller of Two Planets, the one we spoke about earlier. But Ballard didn't just copy the homework. He commercialized it. Him and his wife found the I Am activity. Experts in America's religious movements categorize this as the world's very first UFO religion, or UFO cult. And I want you to look at the scale and at the peak. This movement had 1 million followers. 1 million people in the middle of the Great Depression buying into this, that blend intense American nationalism, ancient continents, and golden tunnels. When Ballard died in 1939, the federal government steps in. The family is charged with mass mail fraud, swindling followers out of millions of dollars by selling access to cosmic frequencies. But as an investigator, you know that a powerful myth doesn't die just because the founder does. It metastasizes. And I want you, if you want to understand the true cost of this mythology, we have to look at a crime scene in April 2021. Sheriff's deputies entered a back room of a house in Creston, Colorado. Inside, they found a sleeping bag. It was decorated with Christmas lights. There is glitter applied to the eyes of a corpse inside. The body belongs to a 45-year-old woman named Amy Carlson. She has been dead for weeks. Her eyes are gone. Her skin has a distinct purplish blue hue. How does a woman go from managing a corporate McDonald's drive-thru in Ohio in 2007 to being mummified by her followers in a back room? You trace the thread to Mount Shasta. Carlson called herself Mother God, leading a group called Love Has Won. Their theology has been an absolute sponge for internet culture, QAnon, conspiracy theorists, and New Age crystals. But look at the foundation of her claims. She told her followers she was a reincarnated queen from the lost continent of Amor. Before her death, the group was operating out of an RV park right in Mount Shasta City. They ran 24-hour live streaming operations. Some of you might actually remember someone onto them. They sold silver and healing sessions. Ex-members complained of extreme sleep deprivation and brainwashing. In 2020, a member was found wandering the mountain naked and dehydrated because the group decided he had the wrong energy. Look at the coroner's report for Amy Carlson. The cause of death is officially undetermined, but the record notes her system was completely overloaded with collided silver, the very product her group sold online. She was emaciated, paralyzed from the waist down, and dying. Her followers didn't call a doctor. They waited for the spaceship to come retrieve her. 7 people were arrested for abuse of a corpse. But look at the final legal outcome. All charges were dropped. The prosecutor explicitly stated the group had conditional concerns about applying the statute to what the group generally viewed as religious ritual decoration. Set with the legal reality, a woman dies of medical neglect, driven by delusions born on a mountain. Her body is driven across state lines, wrapped in Christmas lights, and legally it's a protected ritual. That's weird, guys. That's the end point of the franchise of Ballard started in 1930. Hey, Tuck, can you do a segue so I can go use the bathroom? You, Tuck, Tuck,
Oh
Tuck.
shit! I didn't even realize I was on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, do a
Oh,
segue for me. I got
okay,
to run to the
sure.
bathroom.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're fine. I bet you got
Wow,
me on
there
mute.
is a serious delay.
Can,
All
can you hear me?
right. Well, if I can. Yeah, I can hear you. All right. So since I get my turn,
Yeah.
there is a story that comes from Billy Meyer that talks about this as well. And I thought it was kind of interesting how some of it correlated with what Meyer says. So when Atlantis and Mu, they came here, they were two cities. The one who started Atlantis was the son-in-law of the man who started Mu. So it was kind of a family operation to begin with. But somehow the scientists got involved and they kind of declared the war, and they had this cataclysm that went on between them. Well, some of the scientists went away and came back, and these are the giants that we hear about, the cannibalistic giants. Um, and so all those stories that come through and that talk about, the war between Atlantis and Mu, and bring the giants into it. Those giants were the other side of that battle. So there is some evidence that Atlantis was here, even without uncovering the actual landmass. But anyways, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Friar Tuck. Nice to meet y'all. Apparently, I'm a C plus creator. Who likes to get stoned and, yeah, have a little bit of fun every once in a while. But it's been, hey, so did everybody else get rained on? I'm curious. Let me know in chat if who got rain last night, because that was, no, not rain last night, the night before. Oh my God, that was fucking crazy. Last night we didn't get any rain, but man, there was so much rain the night before. Like half my gear got drenched because I was in the middle of a live stream and I wasn't prepared for it. So I didn't have my stuff all tucked away all nice and neat. So yeah, I kind of screwed myself a little bit there. Damn, that's a long piss. But I don't know. I usually have more to say on my own channel, but like I get to a certain point at night where I just don't chit chat very much. I spend most of so I'm actually an introvert, but have really good social skills. So like every time I have a conversation, every time I do something like verbally or interact with people, it sucks the life out of me. So I'm really good at socializing. I just don't have enough energy to be like an extrovert. Like if I was an extrovert with this talent, man, I could go places in life.
Well, what's interesting? This story, the events and stuff. If you're, I mean, we're not going into it tonight. Well, not much, but it goes into another story that's written for this as a connection. But it goes into the hollow earth theory. You, I don't know if you're a subscriber to that theory, but there's been numerous cases.
But Admiral Byrd was interesting.
I go into him in that story a lot.
I just don't know about it. It seems too speculative. Like all of a sudden it was like, okay, he flew over, he made a journal entry, and now everybody's just fucking making fantastic stories.
Well, see, that's what I thought to begin with too. But they found his co-pilot's journal, and his co-pilot verifies it.
His co-pilot what?
Verifies it.
Are you sure it's the co-pilot's book, or is it just a replica to keep the myth and legend going?
It come from the same state or whatever, like the bird state or whatever, where his stuff come from. They just hadn't got around to it.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, there's like this like little weird things that pop up associated with this. Um, you know, I don't know if they're like trying to reactivate like a lot of the old UFO legends and stuff like that because, you know,
If you notice, we keep wanting to do throwbacks.
yeah,
Like we want to go back to fucking 1920. You can't reset it to 1920. We're so much further down the road.
yeah, I know. But I don't know, something's going on. And like I said, I don't know, that this weird shit keeps popping up on the radar. Um, uh, yeah, like when we was talking about apparently the when I was talking to the flood people today, and I was looking into them, and apparently they got some kind of thing set up where they were I don't know if it had to do with them or something else, but I don't know. The government's passing these laws where they're going to turn like old wirehouses into convert them into like apartments and living spaces for people who don't have money. They're passing this new housing bill.
Where?
In the United States, all the United States. They're passing this housing bill, and it has to do with they're going to turn all these warehouses and stuff into like apartments. That's what it said. It says living units. I don't know. And they're taking the.
They're going to turn them into SROs.
I,
You know what?
but they're also building like fucking houses for people, and um they're doing
I wonder if
like there was this big restriction about trailers where you couldn't have you couldn't build a trailer unless you put it on the axle. So now so they lifted that restriction, so it's going to make them easier to build and cheaper. I mean, I guess if you had the land, it might be getting kind of easy to get a house now.
You know, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well.
I think it'd be a lot better.
Hold on a second. So there was, a couple of years ago, I told a guy an idea I had. He's like, yeah, well, you and I got some of the skills, you got the idea. Let's go partner up and do this together. Well, the second he got my idea from me, he hopped a bus and fucking went to New Mexico. Even got to meet with FEMA.
I think you told me about this.
Yeah, well, all this stuff that's happening, it sounds like that. But what I've even found out that my idea wasn't even original because the guy that started the National Coalition for the Homeless, apparently he's out of Cincinnati. I've heard fucking amazing stories about the guy. But the thing is it was his idea to even retrofit all of these old abandoned buildings and make it affordable housing, put the people in there. I just had more of a commercial aspect of how to do it instead of just saying give people free houses.
I have a way to solve at least temporarily the homeless population on the coastal cities. I mean,
send them out in the ocean.
Well, no, but close. All right. See, here's the thing: both sides of the coast, we have a lot of cruise ships, and we're only allowed to use the cruise ships for so long, and then we gotta dock them. And there's a whole bunch of cruise ships out there that can't be taken out into the ocean along the California coast. I mean, a lot. There's a bunch in LA, and we have some out here. Well, that's 3,500 rooms, and you can take and turn some of that into like medical and other things, and you already have something that's floating, you already have something that's stable, you already have something that's set up with plumbing and everything else, and you could roll these over as temporary housing for individuals, and you get people off the street, and it work out fucking amazing, to some degree. But anyway, I don't know. That was one of my ideas I had back when I found out about how the cruise ships just sit there. They don't do anything to them. But speaking of which, I got some more boat things for you to look at. Oh yeah, howdy.
Okay.
Now, here's what a pilgrimage to Mount Shasta actually cost in 2025. There is a man who calls himself Paul of Venus. He runs what he describes as Stargate Shasta. This is not a tour. This is a mission. He positions himself as the sixth dimensional emissary transmitting frequencies from the ascended masters of the Great White Brotherhood, Saint Germain, Lady Venus, a couple other names I can't pronounce. He offers quantum activations. See, Tuck, you can go out there and get quantumly activated at the mountain's vortex sites. There is a operational offering, a week-long Mount Shasta Lemoore activation retreat for women, the Divine Feminine Awakening package. I think you guys have seen this and didn't know it. You know when you saw the clips of women screaming out in the woods and stuff? Online, you've had to have seen them. Well, anyway, that is them. There are catered organic meals.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I'll have to send it to you. Yeah, I'm sure you have. It's been passed around. I don't know how many times. It's absolutely funny. There's guided meditation, sacred plant medicine ceremonies, which means they're out there using ayahuasca and other things, and Lemoore activation rituals. The price is $1,888 and is non-refundable. Would you like to go?
That's not a bad price. I mean, that's reasonable.
Well, you get-
$1,800 to go meet a six-dimensional being. I didn't know that was even possible. Like, is he like
now
weird
you
with
get to do ayahuasca. You get to do go out there and scream with women and stuff like that. And you have catered organic meals. There's
Can I
meditation.
scream at the women though?
I don't know. I mean, if that's your thing, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I might as well get some shit off my chest.
The Lemoore activation. But it is. Now, there is a guide who has been running spiritual retreats at a mountain for over 40 years, offering quantum activations. Couples, sacred ceremonies. That's where we get nudies. And access to vortex locations and sacred sites known only to the experienced guides. Maybe what we saw in that video was one of those sacred sites. One testimonial, after more than 20 years of intense spiritual exploration with teachers, gurus, guides from all over the world, you have been the one who has fully opened the door for me and shown me the way home. This is an ecosystem, and it has a structure. The mountain creates the mythology attracts the vulnerable, people in grief, transitioning, illness, spiritual crisis. The operators position themselves as gatekeepers to the frequency, the portal, the activation, the ascended masters. Money flows from the vulnerable to the gatekeepers. When the experience doesn't produce the promised transformation, the failure is always the customer's fault. The vibration wasn't right. Their chakras weren't aligned. They weren't ready. The mountain becomes unfalsifiable. The gatekeepers is always owed more. The visitor center shelves hold more books about Lemoore than they do hiking. Every crystal shop on the main boulevard sells Lemoore sea crystals, a rare variety of quartz mined from Brazil, rebranded, repackaged in the 1990s as literal artifacts of the Lemoore civilization. supposedly programmed with ancient knowledge. They sell from anywhere from $15 to several $100s per stone. There are no certifications required to sell Lemur knowledge. There is no licensing required to conduct portal activations on federal land. You know, that's what you should say about your rocks, man, when you sell them. You should
So
say
there's
that.
no licensing requirements to
No,
sell
no,
rocks
no.
on it?
They've been activated.
They've been activated.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, well,
they contain, you know, the Lemur knowledge. I don't know. I could see doing that if I had to. The U.S. Forestry Service has officially spiritual tour operators. Wow, I didn't know that. Listed on the Shasta Trinity National Forest tourism page. The mountain belongs to the public. What happens on its slopes is another matter. When the cult infrastructure around Mount Shasta is gone, what has done to construct the world's most durable spiritual trap, a location so generally strange, so geologically active, so isolated and overwhelming in scale, that almost anyone standing on its slopes at altitude, breathing air that may carry traces of volcanic gas, confronted with a mountain that literally doesn't stop emitting what will feel something. And that feeling is real. It is the immediate monetization by people who've been waiting for you. Guy Ballard was a mining engineer who hiked up the mountain and came down with a religion that generated millions of followers. His specific innovation as a franchise model. You didn't just believe, you became the messenger. You too could be a conduit. You too could sell access to the frequency. Paul the Venus, Love Has Won, the retreat operators, the crystal sellers. They are all running Ballard's franchises. But there's more. You know, a short
where's
Paul.
Houdini when you need him?
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's somebody to go out there and expose these people. Talk about them, expose them, say, look, you know, I mean, so that's what I keep drawing back to. When I saw that thing, that video of Mount Shasta today, I'm like, I bet somebody's trying to con somebody up there. I bet that's what's going on, because that's what it feels like. Can you imagine, all right, you take a group of people who don't know no better, and you're a spiritual tour guide, and you're taking them up through there to do whatever it is you do, and they hear all that shit echoing down at night. I mean, that has an effect on somebody. It would if you didn't know about it. I mean, that woman was freaked out a little bit. You could see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody needs to really look into all that scam stuff. I'm sure a lot of bad stuff is happening out there. I mean, California's known for its cults. But see, here's the thing that I keep coming back to. I kind of keep sticking with. It's not so much about the cults. It's, there are places around the world that are like this. People are drawn to. People are feel a connection with. Maybe it's evil. There's a place in I think it's Japan, Mount something another. People go up there to commit suicide. I mean, they just find their bags and stuff all over the place. You can go out there and look. Oh, I think it was Logan Paul. He went up there to do a YouTube video about it, and they said he was disrespectful, and that's the reason why he kind of got kicked off the internet for a while. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they pushed this shit, but you know, I mean, do you know the story of the true story of Joseph Smith and the sorry Sam, and the book of the book of Abraham?
Well, okay, now here is what I know about Joseph Smith, and I mean, admittedly, I don't know a lot, but I do know Joseph Smith was, before he done the whole Mormon thing, he was like pretty much kind of
Treasure hunter.
Well, he treasure hunter, but he's also into the occult. He traveled around. He had this amulet around his neck, similar to what I wear. Actually, mine is a little older than his. Um, but it has a number of symbols on it that can be traced back to the Key of Solomon. Um, and someone actually found one of his, and they found other ones. And travelers used to wear those all the time because it was supposed to offer you wealth and luck and protection and but yeah, I mean, you had to specially make this stuff back then. So I mean, it was something that he actually did believe in. Um, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really know a lot about the book of Abraham. Mount Fuji in
Okay.
Japan. Yep, that's it.
Okay, let me give you the realistic
Just a
version
primer.
of what really happened. So the first vision is a fraud. Um, if you really want to understand it, go read the current first version of First Vision, which is in the front of the Book of Mormon, and then go read the 1848 Deseret article where, I think it was in August or something like that. You can find it. It's a very popular article, but where Brigham Young actually gives a completely different account of the first vision. Okay, second of all, the whole thing about the Book of Abraham. So there was a guy that had found some shit in Egypt and was coming by and he was peddling it and stuff like that, and everybody thought that, oh, it might be another piece of whatever for Joseph Smith. So through peer pressure and the ability to not have his followers turn on him, and like he tried to him and haw about it, the whole thing is where like the fucking whole Book of Abraham comes from. I was trying to draw some correlation to this, but like, some people just, Joseph Smith, the whole reason why he started the Mormon religion, in my opinion, is because his family was fighting between the different religions because they were all part of different sects. So this was a way to be able to bring them together as one because, he valued his family. That's the one core principle in Mormons is family.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, this is. I don't see family without this. I mean, I mean,
No, I think I was probably drawing a correlation, just like how sometimes shit happens and it's just pure pressure.
oh, well, I mean, maybe or
He didn't want to
opportunity.
translate the Book of Abraham. He fought it the whole way.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I will look more into it, but I don't. Like I said, I'm sure he'll come up in a story that I'll do eventually. I do cross paths with the Mormons occasionally. Um, and I mean, I believe some of these people were probably Mormon. They had to be. Well, yeah, Mormon. There's a lot of prospectors and stuff. Um,
Las Vegas was originally a Mormon settlement.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I don't know about originally, but I mean, I know there was. Um,
Yeah, the mob came in the 50s, I believe, and just they took it over, but it was a Mormon settlement at one point in time. They actually did all the way through into Idaho and I think even parts of California.
like Salt Lake City's or their headquarter thing.
Well, that's just where Brigham Young said, "Let's build the fucking temple." But the Mormons pretty much settled the West. Oh, there's even a good show that talks about what the Mormons used to. The Mormons used to be very militant. They were almost like the like what we see Israel doing. That's what the Mormons were like.
Uh, I don't know about all that now. I wouldn't say it was exactly like that sounds weird to me. But I
Oh,
mean,
they
yeah,
were
but that they
doing
but yeah, they were colonizing, I guess you'd say like that. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff when it comes to Mormons. I mean, I think Mormonism is something that kind of like grew and built on itself and things like that because there's a lot of weird changes in there. Um,
Yeah, but you know what? As far as Christianity, it's probably about the if you're it's still probably the most solid Christian belief system out there. I
No,
mean, it had to
I
go
disagree with
outside.
that. I mean, you can't base I mean, because the whole premise of it, finding gold tablets and not being able to show them and
No, I'm
everything
not
else.
talking about that. I'm
Well,
not
I know,
talking
but
about
that
that.
is the basis of
I'm talking
Mormonism.
about the culture. I'm talking about what actually goes on inside the church.
Oh,
Forget about all that other shit. You strip that all away, there's still the fucking Mormons, core human beings, how they have their community
well,
is
I'm not
about
saying
as
they're not
tight.
good people. I'm not
No,
saying,
no, but what I'm saying is like that's my whole thing. It's like I've started just I strip away the religion and look at the people, and it's amazing to see like yeah, Mormons are there's something different. I'll just put it that
oh,
way.
I agree. They are definitely something different. And I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or really bad. I mean, it might be bad depending on your view of
And you
whatever.
know,
But
a funny statistic is that most of your Mormon missionaries that go overseas come back and end up working for one of the three-letter agencies because they've already been overseas.
oh, I know, man. There's some freaky shit. Remember, I tell you that most anybody I don't get up here unless they're official or something. Well, we do get some like religious people, and I have noticed something that's been freaking me the hell out. Okay, every Mormon, every Jehovah's Witness, every any religion that goes door to door, they all have West Virginia plates. They all have this special little router in their cars, and they all drive a black fucking vehicle, man. It's and I asked them. I said, okay, if you're Mormons and you're coming around here, what's up with the West Virginia plate? He says, oh, that's what we're out of. You know, like, like you motherfuckers. I mean, every single time. I mean, it's like it's like you look out and you have, because I mean I come home one day and they had already they like to park out here beside my house and they walk down my street, and for some fucking reason, yeah, I guess because there's nobody up here. And I come walking up, and I mean, I might be visiting somebody, or I might be gone, or I might decide to walk to the store that day. And I come back, and there's a vehicle sitting there, and it's a friggin' uh, looks like a black Fed vehicle with a special
So a
router
Bible
inside.
salesman showing up.
Huh? Fuck no, there's no
Huh.
Bible salesman. But yeah, I don't know. You know, like I don't mind the Mormons. I don't like Jehovah's Witnesses coming over here.
Oh yeah, I don't like those people. Oh dude, those people are fucking prevalent in Cincinnati, man. Oh, and they're dicks too. If you won't get, yeah, if you ain't drinking the Kool-Aid with them, they will fucking turn dick
Well,
on
I
you
mean
real
that's
quick.
the same way with Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses now. If
Not
you
really.
no, I mean, no, yeah, I mean I'm not saying with the Kool-Aid. Well, maybe a little bit, but some of it.
Well, no, Mormons are at least technically they're supposed to lead by example. And just because you don't follow, just because you don't believe, that's fine. It's on you. That's your personal path. That's why I'm able to be as accepting of other religions. It's what allows Mormonism to coexist within the plethora of religions. Is you're on your own path. You just lead by example.
Oh, well, yeah, but I was talking about more like the one of the reasons how you know you're kind of in a cult is by going door to door. If you go to and they teach this both in Mormons and they teach this both in Jehovah's Witnesses. They teach when they say when somebody gets mad at you and tells you to go on and stuff like that, that is supposed to re-support and reassure that you're doing what God wants you to do. And so they get to a point where they're conditioned to look for some type of religious altercation with somebody, and they look for people to go to do that with. I mean,
I
it's metaphorically, literally taking the bull by the horns and staring at them, trying to.
I've
And
I've
so
been
it's
on it.
so is
I've
it.
been. Go ahead.
I mean, it's just not good to get involved in an argument with them. about God or anything.
I've been in on a mini mission. I did it for a summer. My grandma got pissed off at me for doing it, and then all of a sudden it backfired, and she's like, "You need to go back to church." It's like, but anyways, so I did a mini mission for about 6 weeks. And normally that's something you have to pay for, but because I was willing to show up and do everything else like that. Now there is certain ritualistic things, like they got eye burning and all this other stuff once you hit certain like milestones as far as like length of time out. You end up burning your whole outfit after a while. Just because it's the thing. But no, you went out and you just went door to door and you just went person to person. There was no cherry picking. There was no looking for altercations. Now there'd always be somebody that would be, do the altercation bullshit. But it was usually the person that would get all pissy. It'd be like, "Fuck
Well,
you,
no,
da da
yeah, that's the
da."
person. That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. They teach you, they train you to look for that, and that is supposed to, reinforce what you're doing. It's a mechanism that is used in cults. I mean, it's literally in
Well,
the
you
it's
call
it's literally in the book.
Christianity a cult
It's
then.
it's in the book the CIA put out.
You call Christianity and every religion a cult because every
Oh, I
religion,
do. I do.
yeah.
What I'm saying is, but if you have another group that's trying to do that, and try to reinforce that, then it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you would run into the same situation if you were to go to Mount Shasta, or you were to go, back over here on the Appalachian Trail and meet up with the yellow diner, which is starting to grow more and more.
Another thing that's become a cult as of late, just the whole homeless thing. Like the Coalition for the Homeless does not like me. They absolutely hate me because I won't fucking agree with them on stuff like that, and they actually try and run you out of certain areas if they find out that you don't fucking agree with them. And I've noticed that the Coalition for the Homeless, like I've been in several cities now where this has happened to me. That's why I usually don't go interact with them. But like I've never seen this at any other time in my life where an organization will do something like that to cut you off.
No, I mean they want to, you know, keep a certain narrative going, and they will do anything they can to, sort of stop
Well, it
that.
keeps them making money.
Yeah.
So,
But
man.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll do another break here in a minute. 1904, a British prospector named J.C. Brown, hired by the Lord Cordray Mining Company of England to survey Mount Shasta for gold, claims to have discovered something extraordinary. This was in 1904. Following a cave entrance, he descends, he says, 11 miles into the earth, finding a descending passage lined with gold. At the bottom, an underground city, mummies up to 10 feet tall, shields, artifacts, valuables beyond calculation. Brown tells no one for 30 years. In 1934, he comes forward. Word spreads. 80 people sign on to mount an expedition. The group assembles, packs supplies, arrange logistics, and on the morning of departure, they gather in a meeting point. J.C. Brown does not appear. He is never seen or heard from again. The 80 members of the expedition wait. Eventually, they go home. No one ever finds the cave, and no one ever finds Brown. Now, a man invents or discovers something, waits 30 years to tell anyone, recruits 80 people to witness it, and vanishes on the morning he is supposed to prove everything. This is either the most elaborate disappearing act in the history of Mount Shasta, or Brown found something real and decided at the last moment He couldn't go back and ran. Since 1986, 11 people have disappeared on Mount Shasta and the surrounding areas. None of them have ever been found. A cave cluster, the cases cluster in a way that resists easy explanation. You might also find a similarity here with the missing scientist. A 3-year-old boy goes missing on the mountain. He is found 5 hours later, wandering alone. He tells his parents he was taken into a cave by beings that were not human. They wanted to study him, but become angry and released him. The boy is 3. He has no framework for fabrication at that scale. 1934, J.C. Brown, the morning of the expedition, disappeared. 1999, an experienced outdoorsman vanished during a routine climbing trip. No trace, no body, no gear. 2021, a 20-year-old man from San Francisco goes missing. The mountain is remote, high, glaciered, volcanically active. People die in the wilderness. This much is rational. But the clustering is noted. Local searchers note it. Park rangers note it. And the people of Mount Shasta City know that the mountain has a habit of keeping what it catches. Some of the disappearances to the mountains itself, and entirely that selects others, point to the obvious. A 14,000-foot active volcano with unpredictable weather, hidden crevices, and volcano vents, lava vents emitting volcanic gases that could cause disorientation and hallucination. Volcanic gases, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, released from a sediment and seeking down through fractures in the rock. There are hikers who have reported strange experiences on Mount Shasta that match symptoms profiles with mild gas exposure, altered perceptions, strong sense of presence, visions, figures, and auditory phenomena. Guy Ballard, a mining engineer, the one we talked about, he knew geology. But did he know about lava vents? Approximately 10 years ago, a 60-foot hole appeared on the side of Mount Shasta. Some of you may have heard about this before, others not. Someone dug it by hand at night using a makeshift pulley system to remove the displaced earth. They left behind a ladder, some buckets, and a plastic water bottle. A 60-foot hole. I have trouble when I dig a 3-foot hole. Then they vanished. A local named Elijah Sullivan has spent 6 years trying to identify who dug the hole and why. He has narrated the 3 theories. Theory 1. Someone was looking for the entrance to Telos, the underground city, a Lemurian portal, a true believer who decided to stop waiting for contact and start digging. Theory 2. Someone was looting Native American artifacts. The area has been occupied for 9,000 years. There are burial sites. There are cultural objects of immense value, not just monetary but historical. Artifact looting in the region has a long documented history. Theory 3. Someone was looking for gold. Mount Shasta sits in one of the richest geological regions of California. J.C. Brown's story, true or not, is not implausible in the geology matter. Gold-bearing formations in the Cascade Range is real and abundant. Sullivan calls the hole a Rorschach test. What you think at the bottom tells you exactly who you are. And here's the 4th theory nobody mentions. What if they found something? What if the hole was abandoned not because the digger gave up, but because they reached something and decided the world didn't need to know? The hole has since partially collapsed. No official investigation has ever been conducted. A 60-foot hole. Don't you think if a 60-foot hole was dug in the middle of the night, it warrants an official investigation by police or whoever? Now, let's completely clear the table and wipe away the cults, the ascended masters, the spaceships, the 7-foot lemurs, whatever. Let's look strictly at the hard data provided by the United States Geological Survey. If you open the USGS's National Volcanic Threat Assessment, you will find that Mount Shasta listed 5th, not in California, 5th in the entire United States. It is classified as a very high threat volcano. Look at the interval data. Geologists have mapped its history, calculated that Shasta erupts on average every 600 to 800 years. The last major confirmed eruption occurred roughly 3,200 years ago. Do the math. We are just overdue. We aren't just overdue. We are living in a statistically anomalous anomaly of quiet, just like we are with Yellowstone. Now, if you get a chance, I want you to look at the USGS hazard map for the area, and then look at a modern satellite map, and lay them on top of each other. The town of Weed, what a name. The name of the town is named Weed, by the way. They do grow weed out there. Anyway, the town of Weed, Mount Shasta City, and Doomsmar, the crystal shops, the healing retreat centers, the reading rooms, the amphitheaters where I Am Foundation still stages its religious pageants every August. All of them people, millions of followers, they are all built directly on top of the debris fields of previous eruptions. If Shasta wakes up tomorrow, the heat will instantly melt its 7 active glaciers. Geologists know exactly what happens next. It triggers the auras, rivers of volcanic mud and rock moving at speeds of highway traffic. The lahars are mapped to instantly inundate every single stream channel in the valley where these towns sit. This isn't a theory. The USGS has documented over 70 of these events in the 1,000 years alone, some triggered by landslides without eruptions. So look at the ultimate irony of this location. You have thousands of pilgrims, millions arriving every year, standing at the slopes, breathing deeply, looking for an energy vortex. They report feeling a strange sensation, a pressure at their head, altered states of perception. They assume it's the 5th dimension. But as an investigator, you look at the active lava vents, the summit seeping volcanic gas, the carbon dioxide, the sulfur dioxide, the hydrogen sulfide. Gas exposure profiles match those same systems. Presence in the room, auditory hums, and visual hallucinations. They think they're tuning into Telos. In reality, they're breathing in a loaded weapon. The mountain isn't a spiritual portal. It's an active volcano. And the people building empires on its back are camping in a direct line of fire. Now, that's not all. The mountain is still happening, guys. It's still throwing out weird stuff. History Channel's Beyond Skinwalker Ranch, a spin-off of the Skinwalker Ranch franchise, now in its 3rd season, opens with its season premiere at Mount Shasta. The episode is titled Mountain of Mystery. The show's investigators, including a former CIA covert operations officer, travels to Shasta with instrument packages. The episode synopsis describes them as discovering that the outrageous lore surrounding the mountain is justified by hard data. They come back. Episode 7 of the same season is titled Bad Energy, and describes as returning to Mount Shasta to investigate the cause of the strange and potentially deadly energies. that seem to draw everything toward everyone and everything toward the mountain, from people to UAPs. They have dedicated 2 full episodes of its final season to this location. The owner of Skinwalker Ranch, the man who funds the investigations, called Mount Shasta a well-known energy hotspot. This framing is significant. The Skinwalker Ranch franchise operates on the premise that certain geological locations, general physical anomalies, not supernatural, but producing measurable, reproducible data by bringing that mythology to Shasta, Pugal, and the productions claiming that the mountain belongs to the same category as the most famous paranormal hotspots in America. What the show actually found, not reported here, because the TV show finds what they found are often different things filtered through production decisions. What matters for the show is structural fact. Mount Shasta is currently being investigated by the most watched paranormal franchise on cable television. Instruments are going up the mountain. Data is being collected. Whether or not the production reveals what that data actually shows, the mountain is now being studied again. And being studied by the same people who claim to have found UFOs and skinwalkers. Meanwhile, the commercial infrastructure has grown. The Lima marketing has expanded. Now dozens of cults and operators are offering vortex tours, quantum activations, DNA awakening ceremonies. Can you imagine being tripping on the ayahuasca and the volcano goes off? A guided pilgrimage in specific points of the mountain. The Forest Service maintains a listing of spiritual tours operators in their official page if you want to see them. The mythology has been fully legalized and commercialized. That includes by our government. The Bigfoot sightings continue to occur, and they have for over a century. Locals near the mountain have reported encounters of the creature that appear to vanish from sight, communicate telepathically, emit strange glowing effects. This is a different profile than the standard Bigfoot, though. It matches the profile of the Modoc people, the guardians of the mountain. The description hasn't changed in 100 years of documented reports. The clouds continue. In February 2020, a cloud formation above the mountain sparked international viral attention. A UFO shape hovering above the summit. It was all over the net, news, and everything else. Photograph of multiple witnesses. The U.S. Forestry Service from Shasta's Trinity National Forest posted on social media that this was a cloud, an atmospheric phenomenon, but it sure looked like a UFO. It was completely natural. The post went viral because of how unconvincing a flat statement looked against the image. The question this rises for us, and what we can't answer, we can only ask, is this: if someone was actually using this mountain as a staging area, and they wanted to make sure no one ever took reports seriously, what would be the idea cover? A location that generates so many false reports, so much noise, so much discredible mythology, that any genuine anomaly is invisible inside the static? The mountain that has been crying wolf for 90 years. But is anyone listening to the real wolves? Though a local at Mount Shasta City calls it a non-dynamical mountain, a blank slate for wonder. That's the most honest thing anyone could say. What Mount actually is a massive isolated volcano cone that rises without warning from the flat valley floor, permanent snowcap, permanent steaming, ancient, alive. Every culture that has encountered it has concluded the same thing. Something is happening here. Something is inside. Something watches. The Indians, who have lived there for 9 millennia, respect it. They conduct their ceremonies. They know something will come. They protect it. They don't claim to fully understand it. They don't claim to own the mystery. Everyone who come after, the occultists, the cult founders, the treasure hunters, the New Age pilgrims, they all claim to own the mystery. They built empires around it. They milked it for millions of followers. Some vanished, some still selling books at reading rooms at the main boulevard. The mountain doesn't care. And only a few of us pay attention. The lava vents seep gas for its summits. It has glaciers that will become rivers of boiling mud when it wakes up, killing everyone that is around there. But yet these people still huddle around this mountain. It has swallowed 11 people since 1989. It has generated over 100 religious movements. It has lava tubes that may extend for miles in any direction underground. And 89% of pilgrims who arrive there, modern day pilgrims and past pilgrims, that came to find the beings inside. Maybe they were right about the wrong thing. And that is the end of Telos.
The end of what?
That is the end of that story.
Well, that is good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm kind of starting to doze. I'm gonna have to tap out.
You're fine, dude. We're over the 2 mark. I got to use the bathroom anyway. We're done for the
All
night.
right,
I should probably go check on people. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
all right, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. It's been a good night back. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll probably talk about inner Earths, maybe some other stuff. Who knows?